All right, so let's look at identifying greatest common factors. Here we go. So let me make some space over here, and I'm going to take you back to elementary. You're like, aw, I want to go back. Sloppy Joes, half frozen, half cooked pizza. Who got some of those in their trays from time to time? Half cooked. Yes. All right, so here we go. Greatest common factors, we have 12 and we have 15. They want us to find the greatest common factor. This is a quick review. Here it goes for those of you that never got these. Here we go. First things first, I'm going to start with number 12. I'm going to break it down into factors. What is that, Mr. Q? Two or more numbers that are multiplying that give me 12. However, when I break it down by different factors, they have to be prime numbers. What are prime numbers? Numbers that can only be multiplied by 1 and itself or divided by 1 in itself. So let's see. What's the first prime number? The first prime number is 2. Can 12 be divided by 2? Yes, it gives us 6. I circled a 2 because that's a prime number. I'm going to do it again for 6. Can 6 be divided by the smallest prime? 2. Yes, it gives me 3. 2 is a prime, and 3 is a prime, because 3 can only be divided by 1 in itself without getting into decimals. So my 3, notice here, circles are 2, 2, and 2. All of these are known as prime numbers. Oh, this one's 3, sorry. However, if I put a multiplication sign in between them, now they're called prime factors because they're multiplying. All right, let me try 15. Can 15 be divided by 2? No. What's the next prime number? 3. 15 divided by 3 is 5. So now we have 3 and 5. Let me bring those down. 3 and 5. And as soon as I multiply them, that should give us 2 prime factors. What does that mean, Mr. Q? That if I multiply them, it gives us the original number we started with. 2 times 2 is 4 times 3, that's 12, and so on and so forth. So the question is, what are my common factors? Common meaning the same factors. Which number do both have the same? The 3. So I write 3. Is there another number that both 12 and 15 share, that they have the same? No. If there isn't any, then we just box it, and this is our greatest common factor. If there was another one, you would bring it down, multiply times that, simplify, and that would be our new greatest common factor. Is it coming back? Yes? Yes, Mr. Q, these were my favorite. All right, good. All right, let's move on. So our asynchronous code, copy that, please. BVPCU, BVPCU. Once again, if you get disconnected, if you once you go to the YouTube channel and watch the the YouTube lesson, that code would be for you to forward your slides on Nearpod by yourself and be following along the lesson. Now, as some of you already noticed, us teachers, we've been working diligently in getting your Canvas grade going, because this year is going to be about us transferring to Canvas, which is that new platform. That's why you guys did all the practice at the beginning of the school year and so on and so forth. Today is going to be the first opportunity for you to submit your home play, the one I assigned last week, on Canvas. But I'm going to show you the process, because I still see some of you that are getting a little bit iffy about the process. So here we go. Let me bring to this screen the Canvas class. Okay, here it is. So when you log into Canvas, you go to imperialusd.instructure.com with your student ID and everything as you set up. Remember at the that week that we did Canvas, you go to my classroom and it should read Algebra 2, period 3, Quintanilla. Bam, let's go. And underneath that, we have the tutoring link for Zoom. Do you guys see here, Mr. Q's Tutoring Room 106 Zoom? Yes. Reminder, today for periods 1, 2, and 3, it's from 1 to 2. And if you're watching the video, and if you're period 4, 5, and 6, it's from 2 to 3, the days that I have you on that day. So, and if you notice at the top left, we have tabs. We have a home, modules, Nearpod, Zoom, Google, and grades. I included Nearpod, Zoom, and Google because these are the most often tools that you're going to need. However, the one that I want you to go to is this one, modules. When you click on modules, you're going to see in there that you're going to have some tabs: cumulative algebra review, polynomials, and participation. However, today we're going to submit our home plate from last week under the tab of polynomials because we're still on polynomials. Is that correct? Yes, Mr. Q. So the assigned home plate last week was what? Pages 290, 291, numbers 1 through 7. Is that correct? Yes, Mr. Q. All right, so then you click on that. It's going to take you to a page where you can submit assignment. It says right there. How do you submit it? Same thing as what we did in Nearpod. Take a picture of the work, make sure it fits. I can see the entire work. If it's 2 pages or so, try and fit them all in there. And you click submit, and that's how you're going to submit your work. Make sure it's saved on your device or on your computer before you submit. So do that right now. I'm going to give you guys some time. Make sure you turn in pages 290, 291 on Canvas. Go. You are submitting pages 290, 291, numbers 1 through 7. And tonight's home play is pages 293, 294, numbers 12 to 22 only. Okay? All right. Let's get this party on the road. Let's go. Our objective for today, I can multiply polynomials. Our objective for today, I can multiply polynomials. That goes on the bottom left of your notes. And by looking at it, what is our main concept still? Polynomials. And what are we doing today? We're still multiplying, Mr. Q. All right. I just wanted to make sure that you got it. So get a Freyer model started. Some of you are like, Mr. Q, I think I forgot what that is. Well, there you go. There it is. There's the Freyer model. All right. And without looking at your notes, I'm going to give you some time so you can fill the definition, one example, one non-example, and one hashtag. Without looking at your notes. Without looking at your notes. All right, let's see. Should have written something to the effect monomials or some are different of monomial. Okay. All right. So with that said, copy the next one, example Q, and it says multiply the polynomial vertically. And we got x plus 2 on one parentheses, open parentheses, -4 plus 2x squared minus x in another parentheses. Copy that. Up to the screen. Here it goes. So today, we're going to multiply vertically. You're like, what does that mean, Mr. Q? Well, let me take you back in time. Remember when you were, I think in 2nd, 3rd grade, when they started introducing you to multiplying numbers that have 2 or 3 digits? Remember that? You're like, I don't remember, but I know how to do that. Okay, but something like this. Let's say they gave you something like 254 times 52. And we multiply like this. This is what we call multiplying vertically. Well, today we're going to multiply these polynomials vertically. But in order to do so, there's a process. First things first. What do you guys notice about these numbers? That they're from hundreds to tens to units, tens to units. That means that they are in standard form. So I look at the first polynomial. Now I'm going to take this. Don't pay attention to this. I'm focusing on the polynomials. Is this first one in standard form? Yes, x and 2. Yeah, it's standard form. How about this one? Let's find out. This is 0 degree, this is 2 degrees, and this is 1 degree. It's not in standard form, so I'm going to rewrite that. Which one goes first? 2x squared. What is next? Negative x. And last, minus 4. All right, now that I have this in standard form, I'm going to bring this over. X plus 2. And I'm going to multiply. Does this look something like this? Yeah, something like that. All right, so check this out. To multiply vertically, look up to the screen, stop copying. I'll give you time in a little bit. Here it goes. I'm going to start with the first term of this one, of the second one. I'm going to multiply times all 3. So what is 2 times negative 4? Negative 8. What is 2 times negative x? Negative 2x. What is 2 times 2x squared? That's 4x squared. Okay, pay attention to this part because this is where some of you make a mistake most of the time. Look up. What happened when we multiplied here by numbers? We have a number and it goes here. Is that correct? Which means that the next number, instead of starting also from here, we needed to move it 1 over. You guys remember that? Same thing over here. We're not going to start in this spot, so I'm going to put a little wiggle so like that I don't feel anything there. So now I'm going to multiply x times the first term. What is x times negative 4? Negative 4x. Notice that I started 1 step to the left. Next one. What is x times negative x? Negative x squared. And what is x times 2x squared? 2x cubed. Am I done multiplying? Yes, Mr. Q. So what do we do next? We combine. Combine. Here we go. Bring down the negative 8 because there's no other constant. Combine these. That's negative 6x. Combine these. 4x squared minus 1x squared. That's positive 3x squared. Then you just bring down the 2x cubed. And we're done. Copy that, please. And then I'll give you one for you to practice by yourself. Go. All right, here we go. I'm going to give you another one for you to do by yourself. Let's see how you do. Example super cute. And it reads, multiply the polynomials vertically. The first polynomial is y minus 5 in parentheses. Open parentheses, another one, and it's negative 2y minus 3y squared plus 3, close parentheses. Let's see how you do with that one. Once again, multiply it vertically and see what you get. You're like, I'm stuck, Mr. Q. I was copying it down. All right, Jaziel, help her out. What is the first thing you check for?
If it was in standard form.
Bam, from the corner. And you are in the corner, you're on this side. Yeah, it's in standard form. Is the first polynomial in standard form y and then a constant? Yes. How about the second one? No. Let's see. This is to the first degree. This is to the second degree. This is to the 0 degree. So I need to rewrite this, starting with the highest degree, which is 2. So it's negative 3y squared. Then from there, negative 2y. And at the end, positive 3. I write my other polynomial underneath, y minus 5. Multiply. Okay. All right. So then from there, we multiply the first term times all 3 terms over here. So that should give us negative 5 times 3, negative 15. Negative 5 times negative 2y, that's positive 10y. Negative 5 times negative 3, that's 15y squared. Now from the second term, say I go y times 3. Now check this out. Some of you might have already made a mistake. Y times 3 is 3y. If you wrote it here, it doesn't go there. It goes here, positive 3y. Next, y times negative 2y. That's negative 2y squared. And lastly, y times negative 3y squared. That's negative 3y cubed. From there, we're done multiplying. What is next? We put a little combination sign right there because we need to combine, bring down the negative 15. And this is positive 13y. And this one is positive 13y squared. And then we just bring down the negative 3y cubed. All right. Hands if you got that by yourself. All right. Show me with frameworks how come you are with these. 1 being the lowest, 5 being the highest. Yeah, we got this. 5 fours, 5 fours. Yeah. And you're saying, Mr. Q, so what's the difference between this one to what we did last week? Last week we did distribution and the area model. It's the same product. The answer is going to be the same. The only thing, it's a different method. So now you have how many methods? 3. Distributed property, area model, and now this one, which is multiplying vertically. And I'm just giving you a heads up. Yeah, I don't know if you guys remember, anytime I showed you different times and different ways, what's coming? Let's go. Yes. All right. And so on and so forth. So look at this one. Don't copy this one. What do you notice now? 3 and 3. But the process is the same. Let's see. Help me with the process. What is the process? What is the first thing in the process? So first thing we check, standard form. Thank you. All right. Once we have them in standard form, what is the other thing that we did with them once they were in standard form? Well, the second thing that we did, we stacked them. Why? Because we need to multiply vertically. What is the first, and what is the other thing that we shouldn't forget? Alexa, help them out. What is the one thing that we shouldn't forget after we have it stacked and we start multiplying?
To leave the space.
Leave an empty space for second product. That is correct. Let's go. And of course, lastly, what do we do at the end? Combine. And that's the process, guys. Make sure you have that down because that's the process for multiplying vertically. Okay? All right, let's move on. All right. So next up, it's another review. Here it goes. I'm going to take you back in time. Put your thinking cap back. I'm going to take you back to, some of you might have seen it before, but when you were with me, I also showed you. And I said, all right, guys, here's some common patterns in algebra that you should know. Here's the first one. Look up. This one becomes x squared plus 2xy plus y squared. And we knew that as a perfect square trinomial. Who remembers that? Yeah, very good. Well, whenever we have x and y and it's squared, that means multiply times itself. This is what it gives us all the time. Let me show you another one. X minus y squared, the pattern always gives us x squared minus 2xy plus y squared. That's the pattern. It's always there. Let's do another one. X plus y times x minus y. And that always gives us x squared minus y squared. What are these called, Mr. Q? These are called common patterns. Another word for that we use using mathematical terminology, these are known as polynomial identities. Copy those, please. Polynomial identities. What does that mean, Mr. Q? Well, that means that you need to memorize them. All right. So what are these? Well, these are identities that you need to learn and you need to memorize. They're coming back, guys. We already covered these in Algebra 1, but they're coming back again. Now, I'm giving you a heads up. When you get to pre-calculus and calculus, there's going to be a lot of patterns that you're going to have to be memorizing in order for you to continue on with some of the problems that you need to resolve. You're like, oh, I get it. All right. So let me start with the first one. Check this out. They're going to give you something in tonight's home play that it's going to say, verify if the polynomial is an identity. So check this out. X plus y squared equals x squared plus 2xy plus x squared. What does that mean, Mr. Q? What it means, can you check? That's what this means. Verify. Can you check that this is equal to this? Well, how can we check? By multiplying. So let me rewrite it. X plus y multiply times itself how many times? Twice. X plus y. All right. So let's see. Do we know how to multiply those? Yes. X times x, x squared. X times y, xy. All right. I got that. This one, y times x, xy. You're like, Mr. Q, didn't you say y times x? Yes, but you need to write it in alphabetical order if you can't combine them. Y times y is y squared. All right. So simplify. X squared. Xy plus xy, that's 2xy. Okay. Bring this down. Y squared. Question. Is this, check out the word that I'm going to use. Is this identical to that? Yes, then you write, that's why it's an identity. It is an identity. Copy that. Okay. So with that said, let's move on. So notice they're going to give you another one that looks like it, and then another, and so on and so forth. And then they just mix it up a little bit, but it's the same process. Multiply it out, and then just verify. Okay, look at the screen. I'm going to take you back once again. I'm going to do a quick review of how to rewrite some of these, and then we're going to move to the next part of the task. Here we go. First, I want to show you how to rewrite these. And I showed you this when some of you were with me in middle school. And I said, guys, did you know that I can rewrite that number as a binomial? Because we were covering quadratic trinomials. I don't know if you remember. So I'm going to show you how to rewrite 12 as a binomial. Here we go. 10 plus 2. Is 10 plus 2 12? Yes. How about using subtraction? 20 minus 8. Is 20 minus 8 12? Yeah. Okay. Let's do this one together. 15. How can we write 15? 10 plus 5. Okay. How about using subtraction? What can I write? 20 minus 5. Okay. You're like, Mr. Q, this is too easy. Let's see. Help me out, Miles. This one. Okay. And so on and so forth. This one, 20 plus 3. In subtraction form, 30 minus 7, and so on and so forth. Fairly simple, yes? All right, let's crack it up 10 notches, yeah? Bam, let's go. Look at this one. Copy this one, and it reads, find the product using one or more of the following identities. They gave us 12 squared. And who remembers the identities? Here are the identities. Give me a second. There they are. So, help me rewrite this. Okay, good. So we write it as 10 plus 2 squared. Yes? Now, the memorizing of patterns or identifying patterns helps us to not do a lot of work, such as writing two parentheses, doing distributive property, and so on. Now check this out. According to the pattern, which one looks like this? Is it this one? No. This one? No. It looks like this one. So what does that mean, Mr. Q? That I'm going to use this pattern because that's the pattern that comes out at the end of that multiplication. So what are they saying first? What's the first term? X squared. Well, what is X now? 10, Mr. Q. 10 squared plus, there's a 2 there. And then we multiply X and Y. What is X and Y? 10 and 2. So at 10, 2 plus, what's the last thing? Y squared. What is Y? 2. So I write 2 squared. All right. So then what is 10 squared? 100 plus. What is 2 times 10 times 2? That's 40 plus. What is 2 squared? 4. So what is 100 plus 40 plus 4? 144. Mr. Q, all that to get 12 squared? Yes.
That's it.
Yes, because you need to use now the identities that they give us. All right. I'm going to give you one, see if you can rewrite it and use the pattern to simplify it. Ready? Here we go. That was example 2. Next one is example super Q. 2 super Q. Or is it Q? Let's see. Oh, 2Q. 14 squared. Rewrite it as a binomial. Use one of those patterns to simplify it. I'll give you some time. Let's see, Danny O. How can I rewrite that?
10 plus 4 squared.
And what is the pattern that you wrote for that?
The first one, 10 squared plus 2 times 10 times 4 plus 4 squared.
So that gives us 100. This is 20 times 4, that's 80. Plus 4 squared is 16. If you add those, that's 196. And that is correct. Show me your favorites, how come you are with these? Yeah. And that's pretty much how the home plea is going to go. I just need to get to the last example. Ready? Last example. Here it goes. Copy this one, example 2 super duper Q. Once again, we're still finding the product using one or more of the following identities, and the identities given are those 3. But they give us now 27 times 33. You're like, Mr. Q, I can multiply these with my phone. Yeah, but we don't need that right now. Right now, we're working with identities. So now, how do we match this to look like one of these? I think the one that comes close is this last one. Is that correct? However, both of them need to have the 2 terms with the same number. Do both of them have the same number to start and to end? No. So how do we do that? Here goes a process. Pay attention or else you're going to miss it. Step 1. You add them. So what is 27 plus 33? 60. Okay. Step 2. Divide by 2. Why? Because it's 2 numbers. So what is 60 divided by 2?
30.
30. This is going to be the number that we're going to use to rewrite it to look like this. So watch. I need to write 27 and I need to write 33. But both of them need to use what number? 30. All right. What do I write in here, Addie? If it was 27 and I'm using 30, what do I write?
30 minus 3.
Minus 3. Thank you. Did you ever see what we're doing? Yeah. How about this one, everyone? 30 what to give us 33? That's right, plus 3. So does that look like this? Yeah. Do we need to multiply them? No, we have a pattern. What's the pattern? X squared minus y squared. So what is x? 30 squared minus, what is y? 3 squared. So what is 30 squared? 900 minus 9, and that gives us 891. Let's go. So let's see if we got the pattern correctly on this one and the process. What is the first thing we did when they're 2 totally different numbers that they don't match either to the first or the second? To make it look like this, we add both numbers. That gives us 60. What do we do next? Divide by 2. Why? Because it's 2 of them, and that gives us 30. And then at the end, we use that 30 to rewrite both of them. And some of you are still thinking, Mr. Q, why do we have to do this to rewrite it like that? because 30, check this out, 30, check this out, check it out. 30 is the same distance from 27 then to 33. How many steps from 27 to 30? How about from 30 to 33? All right. So, your ticket out. There you go. 47 times 55. Make sure you make it look like this last one. Let's see what you get. And I'm going to call on someone. If they get it right, we're done. If not, we do 2 more. Yeah, let's go. Alyssa, what is the first thing we do?
You have to add 47 and 55 together.
And what did you get?
I got 102.
102. Thank you. Pass someone.
Anthony.
Anthony, what do we do next?
You divide 102 by 2.
And what did you get?
51.
51. Pass someone.
Bianca.
Bianca. So can you give me the 2 binomials using 51?
51 minus 4.
And?
$51 minus 4.
Yeah, we got 51 minus 4. So what is the other one? 51.
Oh, plus 4.
Plus 4. Thank you. All right. And what is our product? Pass someone, Bianca.
Hasil. 51 squared minus 4 squared.
All right. So 51 squared. What'd you get for 51 squared? Where are my computers here? Let's see. Oh, Ivan, what's 51 squared? Ivan?
2,601.
Yeah, minus 16. So you should have gotten 2,585. Is that correct? All right. Show me your fingers. I'll come to you are with multiplying polynomials with identities. Yeah, we got this. Yeah. So once again, guys, make sure you get your practice in. This is due tomorrow. Tutoring today from 1 to 2. All right. Once again, home play is pages 293 to, oh, yeah, right. Let me go to my, yeah, pages 293, 294, numbers 12 to 22 only. All right. Once again, guys, make sure you do your practice. If you need to revisit the lesson, make sure you go to YouTube channel and go to the lesson, review that. You have the synchronous code and just follow along with that. Good one, guys. Enjoy your afternoon. See you guys tomorrow.